Talk to us about what it has been able to achieve looking at the issue of tackling youth unemployment particularly.
Thank you so much. Since then, 2013, the city of Kigali, before then, was really having an issue of high rate of unemployment, more especially among the youth. And the city of Kigali, in partnership with the Ministry of Public Service and Labor, and also RDB, together with the Mbuto Foundation, established the City Employment Service Centre to help bring together all those unemployed persons, more especially the graduates, the fresh graduates from universities. You know, every year universities graduate students, and you know, public service is already having fixed positions, and people already are occupying them. So we established this center to kind of work together with those institutions to wake up the private sector to be able to employ these youth through the center. You know, we provide services to train these youth to help them have a way of connecting to the private sector. We have the computer labs. They are able to apply online, and every year we have the job fair. This job fair for this year is going to happen this December on the 6th. And the intention for the job fair is to kind of do it once, you know. We bring together the
potential employers and those who are seeking
the job
jobs.
Seekers. They meet together, they discuss the possible job opportunities. And you know what? Every year we get many people
wanting to get linked to.
They actually get employment.
They get employment.
Yeah,
when you talk to those potential employers who participate in these job fairs now, if we can look back at the past job fairs, what do they tell you is usually the missing link in those seeking jobs when they meet them? What is it usually that they say, we are missing this on the people that we want to give jobs?
You know, normally the private sector, the way they do recruitments and the job vacancies they have, sometimes they don't advertise. Some advertise, others do not advertise. So we kind of, we tell them, please, whenever you have any job opportunity, come to the center, visit the website, or come to the job fair. We shall bring to you the trained people from school. They do some other postgraduate trainings that help them to be perfect employees who know what to do in case they get employed. So this is the missing link. We kind of break the absent kind of link. We provide the link. We create an enabling environment for
these
both
two forces to meet.
Exactly.
Now, let's put aside the public sector, which you have actually decided to say, okay, our main target is the private sector so that they can also actually give these jobs. Let's talk a bit about these private institutions, because what they say is that we know the kind of people we want, the kind of caliber of a person we want. And probably that is why we do not advertise. We go through word of mouth, because I know if I advertise, it will take too long to get these kind of people. Talk to us a bit about how we can be able to shift that mindset. And probably these people who think this way are right, because the skill force is sort of lacking in a way. What do we do to solve this?
For us, what we do, we mobilize them, the private sector, the companies, the cooperatives, all those busy people out there. And we bring them on board, discuss ways to work together in favor of the youth that are unemployed, and we come up with an MOU. They come to agree with us. We shall never again recruit in other ways. We have been doing so, but ensure whenever you want such skilled persons, ensure you give us the right people at the right time.
Right. Let's talk again about the public sector now. Someone once argued a few days ago that we keep telling the young people to create their own jobs, start up their own companies and stop looking for jobs. But we need to be telling those in jobs, occupying these public service jobs, to actually leave those positions sooner so that they can actually create space for these young people. And it's unfair to tell a young person, start your own job without even having the experience of starting a job. Should we be thinking of reducing the retirement age so that we can be able to have more young people getting these spaces occupied by our elders who are there?
What we do with that, during the time they are at the center, we call upon the stakeholders with us, and they give this training. For example, we have the Ministry of Industry and Minicom. This is called Minicom. We have the Rwanda Cooperative Agency, and we have any other many stakeholders who come to the center, train these young people on how to do their own jobs. You know, kind of opening up their minds to the existing institutions that would give them money, and they would start, you know, a business. And also there are some government institutions that can provide a loan, and they can also begin businesses.
Right.
So
the question here, or the bullet of the question, is on the issue of retirement age, so that we can cater for the growing number of young people who are graduating and looking for jobs. Should we? What should we do around that?
It's advocacy that can be made, because these decisions are taken from higher levels, and but you can begin speaking it out so it gets understood and done.
Yeah. And so who are you expecting in this year's job fair, in terms of people who have already expressed interest, so that if someone is watching, has been tarmacking, looking for a job, and they've not been able to get it, who should they be expecting to meet when they come to this job fair this year?
They should expect big institutions, telecommunication companies, they are coming, insurance companies. We have MTN, we have Bralirwa, we have other institutions like the banks are coming up, and NGOs. There are almost 100 institutions that are very strong and employing.
And so, following up on those who get these jobs, you say that most of the time when people come, they get an opportunity to get employed. But the critics of this usually say that they get employed, but for how long do they stay on those jobs? Because probably when they come to that job fair, they are impressive, but once they are put to task to actually do those jobs that they've been given, they are not able to actually fulfill those tasks.
Yeah, it depends on the capacity to negotiate a contract that takes some time, you know. Normally, it's 1 year renewable, and this depends on the how the employee manages the job, performs at the job, at the work, and the employer will also assess and see whether they should retain him or dismiss. Otherwise, once a job is got, there is a high expectation that the person will keep on and actually graduate in the field.
All right.